What if I told you the most powerful people on earth never wore crowns, never lived in palaces, and walked beside the poor? In a world chasing fame and fortune, these leaders found strength in silence, humility, and simplicity, power without pomp. The world's most humble leaders, José Mujica, Uruguay's farmer president, gave away 90% of his salary, drove a 1987 Beetle, not a limo, lived on a small farm outside Montevideo. Nelson Mandela, peace over pride, hosted reconciliation dinners at his home, lived simply post-presidency in Johannesburg suburbs. Jigme, Singye, Wangchuck, Bhutan's happiness king, rejected GDP, promoted gross national happiness. Thomas Sankara, Africa's Che Guevara, banned minister luxuries. In Burkina Faso, rode bicycles to work. Pope Francis, Vatican's simple shepherd, lived in a guest house, wears plain black shoes, and cooks his meals. John Magufuli, the bulldozer of waste, walked into hospitals unannounced, cut state dinners, used local furniture. Mahathir Mohamad, the frugal reformer, reused furniture in Malaysia's office of PM, wrote speeches by hand, slept in roadside guest houses during campaigns. Sergio Mattarella, Italy's quiet president, took economy flights. Andrew Holness, Jamaica's people's leader, attended town halls in jeans. Lives in a modest family home. Manuel Zelaya, Honduras cowboy president, refused limos, wore a straw hat, held meetings under trees, traveled by pickup truck through rural areas. Justin Welby, Archbishop, in sneakers, uses the London Underground, lives in a modest apartment in Lambeth, advocates wealth redistribution. Sanna Marin, Finland's modest millennial, rented clothes instead of buying high fashion, took budget flights. Kater and Jacobs tour Iceland's everyday leader, cycles to parliament, shops at normal stores in Reykjavik. Paul Kagame, Rwanda's quiet transformer, removed extravagant state privileges, regularly visits rural schools, encourages officials to live like citizens. Evo Morales, Bolivia's barefoot president, slept in mud huts during village visits, came from a poor farmer background. Jimmy Carter, America's farmer president, lived in a $200,000 home after leaving office, wears denim jackets, not suits. Gro Harlem Brundtland, Norway's green reformer, owed public transport as PM. Angela Merkel, Germany's unshaken servant, grocery shopped in Berlin without bodyguards, repeatedly wore the same clothes. Lula da Silva, Brazil's metalworker turned president, rose from poverty, never forgot his roots. Pedro Castillo, Peru's rural schoolteacher, rode horses instead of cars, refused presidential palace, stayed in his home, held classes for kids even while in office. From Africa to Asia, the Americas to the Nordics, these leaders taught us that true greatness doesn't shine, it serves. The most powerful are those who choose to walk silently beside us. Which of these leaders inspired you the most? Comment below, like, subscribe, share with someone who still believes in honest leadership.